everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the history of a true American classic. A car that perfectly captured the spirit of its era, the Ford Torino. From a stylish family hauler to a fire-breathing muscle car legend, the Torino story is one of constant evolution and undeniable cool. So, buckle up as we journey back in time. Our story begins in 1968. Ford decided to shake things up with its mid-size Fairlane lineup. They introduce a new, more upscale trim level, and they named it Torino, after the city of Turin in Italy, often called the Detroit of Italy for its role in the automotive industry. The first-generation Torino was all about style and comfort. It was available in a variety of body styles, including a two-door hardtop, a four-door sedan, a station wagon, and even a sleek fastback model that Ford called the sports roof. These cars were handsome, with clean lines and a simple, elegant grille. But Ford knew that style wasn't enough. They needed performance. And that's where the Torino GT came in. The GT package added special emblems, a non-functional hood scoop, and bucket seats. More importantly, it opened the door to bigger engines. But the real game changer arrived mid-year with the introduction of the legendary 428 Cobra Jet V8. This was a serious piece of hardware, conservatively rated at 335 horsepower, though everyone knew it made much more. The Torino Cobra, equipped with this engine, was a street-legal drag racer. It was a no-frills bare-knuckle brawler designed for one thing: going fast in a straight line. This move firmly established the Torino as a major player in the golden age of the muscle car wars. As the 60s roared to a close, the competition in NASCAR was heating up. The mantra was win on Sunday, sell on Monday, and Ford needed an edge. Their answer was one of the most radical cars of the era, the 1969 Torino Talladega. This was a homologation special, a car built specifically to legalize its aerodynamic features for racing. It featured a stretched, sloped nose and a flush-mounted grille, all designed to slice through the air on the banked ovals of tracks like Daytona and Talladega. Only about 750 of these were built for the public, making them incredibly rare today. On the track, the Talladega was a dominant force, helping Ford secure the manufacturer's championship that year. It was the ultimate expression of the Torino's performance potential. The 1970 model year brought the first major redesign. The Torino shed its boxier, more conservative look for a longer, lower, and wider Coke bottle design that was pure early 70s swagger. The fastback models, still called the sports roof, were particularly aggressive, with a steeply raked rear window and optional sports lats or louvers. The grille became a full-width egg crate design, and the hideaway headlights were a popular and very cool option. Engine options were more potent than ever. The top dog was the new 429 Cobra Jet and the even more powerful Super Cobra Jet, available with a shaker hood scoop that vibrated with the engine. The Torino Cobra was back, meaner than ever. And the GT continued to offer a great blend of style and power. This generation also saw the introduction of the Torino Broom, a super luxurious version with plusher interiors and every comfort feature available. In 1971, the Torino lineup remained largely the same visually, with minor trim and grille updates. It was a year of refinement for the successful 1970 design. However, storm clouds were gathering for the muscle car era. Rising insurance premiums and looming emissions regulations were beginning to take their toll. While the big block 429 engines were still available, their compression ratios were slightly lowered, signaling the beginning of a shift in the industry. Despite this, the Torino GT and Cobra remained incredibly popular, and you could still get a very powerful car straight from the showroom floor. The sports roof body style, in particular, has become an icon of this era, a symbol of American muscle at its absolute peak before the big changes that were just around the corner. And change came in a big way for 1972. This year marked the most dramatic redesign in the Torino's history. The car moved to a separate body and frame construction, a departure from the previous unibody design. This was done to improve ride quality and reduce noise. marking a clear pivot from pure performance toward personal luxury. The styling was completely new, dominated by a massive, oval fish-mouth grille. The sleek fastback was gone, replaced by a more formal pillared hardtop two-door and a massive four-door sedan. The convertible was also dropped from the lineup. This new Torino was bigger, heavier, and more focused on comfort than ever before. It was a direct response to a changing market, and the public loved it. The 1972 Gran Torino was a massive sales success and even won Motor Trend's Car of the Year award. This new direction continued through 1973. Federally mandated 5-mile-per-hour impact bumpers were added, making the car even longer and heavier. The large chrome bumpers integrated into the design reasonably well, but they were a clear sign of the new safety-focused era. The engine lineup had been completely neutered compared to just a few years prior. Of course, we can't talk about the 70s Torino without mentioning its starring role on television. In 1975, a bright red 1975 Gran Torino, with a bold white vector stripe, roared onto TV screens in the show Starsky and Hutch. The car, nicknamed the Striped Tomato by the characters, became an instant icon. It was so popular that Ford, in a brilliant marketing move, produced a limited run of about 1,300 official Starsky and Hutch Lepidica Gran Torino scene. 1976, this cemented the car's place in pop culture history, and for an entire generation, this is the image they think of when they hear the name Ford Torino. It gave the car a rebellious, cool guy image right when it needed it most. By 1976, the Torino's run was coming to an end. The design was largely unchanged from the previous few years, though four-door models received new stacked rectangular headlights that would become a signature Ford look of the late 70s. The market was continuing to move away from large, mid-sized cars, and Ford was preparing to consolidate its lineup. The Torino nameplate, which had seen such a dramatic journey from a sensible family car to a NASCAR champion, and finally, to a TV star, was retired after the 1976 model year. It was replaced by the Ford Limited 2, which was essentially a restyled Torino that carried on for a few more years. The Torino's story was over, but its legacy was secure. Looking back, the Ford Torino is a perfect automotive time capsule. Its history mirrors the story of the American auto industry in the late 60s and early 70s. It was born as a stylish and practical car, became a legendary muscle machine, and then adapted to a new world of safety regulations and changing tastes, transforming into a personal luxury cruiser. It was a race winner, a sales champion, and a pop culture icon. From the brutal power of the Cobra Jet to the unforgettable style of the Striped Tomato, the Torino did it all. It's a testament to Ford's ability to build the right car for the right time. And its many forms are celebrated by collectors and enthusiasts to this day. Thank you so much for joining me on this drive down memory lane. What's your favorite year or model of the Ford Torino? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss our next automotive history deep dive. We'll see you in the next one.